Hey, what's up, everybody? You know the deal. Here we are again. We're going to break down the $1,014 profit trade today that I took on Uber. 2793 is my account number, trading these weekly options call contracts. Showing you this to verify the profits. This was posted in my Discord server straight off the watch list and called in chat today at 6:39 a.m. You can see the team ate on this play too. 20% on Uber, 20%, 30%, 35, 40%. We do this daily. We make money daily. So here we go. We're going to start on the daily chart time frame for ticker Uber, and we're going to find the resistance closest to where we were trading at yesterday. That resistance is pretty clear, and we'll draw a trend line there. It's right at the $55 price point. I already have this trend line drawn here, so you see it was making higher lows all the way up to this price point. And so we figured a break over 55 meant that we had potential to run up to at least 56, right? So we'll draw our next line right at 56. And that's just based off of the high of this candle and this wick right here back about a month ago or so. So we're going to move to the 5-minute chart time frame. You see Uber had gapped up, right? And then pulled back, holding 55 perfectly as a support. This was almost like a bull flag pattern forming pre-market. I mean, you really can't ask for much more. It's much better than us trying to trade Plug, which was also on the watch list, because this had gapped up so much. That's taking away the profit margin. So Uber, while it had gapped up, it had also pulled back and said, hey, I'm giving you a chance here to get in. We need to validate 55 as a support, but let's see what this does at open. We don't trade in the first 5 minutes, okay? That's a watch list rule. Try to stay away from doing that. There's just so much volatility that goes on in that first 5 minutes. It's very easy to get faked out. Plus, look, if you had said that, we're looking for an entry over 56, and I'm going to trade in the first 5 minutes after the first 5-minute candle closes over 56, you're buying at the top. Look at this wick that came down. That wick right there likely would have stopped you out of the trade, and then you're mad because you see this go without you, or you see this wick turn around and push back up to the highs without you. All right, so try to avoid trading in the first 5 minutes if you can. So here's the deal for Uber. Let me see if I can find I'm pulling up my my alerts right here. All right, so I posted just after this initial pop right there at 6:35, right? So right at the pivotal point, I said we're looking for a pullback to 56 on Uber. Here's the contracts that we're watching. I'm going to move this to the 1-minute time frame just so we can get a better idea of what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There's your big push up. There's your pullback to 56. Literally on the minute that I posted this in the chat. And so why are we how do we feel comfortable taking this trade? I know that's going to be a question. Gates, that's a big pullback. How did you feel comfortable taking the trade? Look at the volume on the breakout versus the volume here on this pullback. At some point, you just have to be ready to assume the risk. I didn't know that it was going to hold 56 as a support, but I had an idea that it would, because this is a very big volume breakout. It hasn't broken out over 56 previously, and we saw that on the daily chart time frame. That is why this line of resistance is here. So it makes sense on a big move like that, on a big push over, that the pullback is gonna come. And if you get a perfect pullback like this to the trigger, sometimes you just have to be ready to pull the trigger and buy the stock. So we bought in right here, caught this move up to the high of day, wound up taking, I think these contracts actually ran like 40% or so. I wound up taking 20% on the trade, and that was that, okay? So it did pull back again to 56 right here. And if we're looking at the 5-minute chart time frame, here's what I was looking at. So this massive run up, pullback, I saw this hammer candle forming at the bottom of a downtrend and at the support point at 56. And so this is a likely reversal signal. For that reason, I alerted it again in the chat right here at 6:55. Uber hammer candle forming on the trigger on the 5-minute chart time frame, possible reversal. Look for this to hold 56 for possible re-entry. And if we move this to the 1-minute chart time frame, I'll show you where you got your move. So you had a couple of candles here. All right, it was dipping down. You got the move back over 56, the trigger level. At some point you got to be ready to pull the trigger, take the entry, that move up. I think a few members took 20% off this play. I didn't come back for this play right here, but again, I mean, a third entry off of this 56 mark. It's like clockwork, guys. You see this hammer candle forming again right at the support. You get a little doji candle right here, and then the big pop move up. The volume isn't there really confirming the move, but the next candle pushing up to the high of day, kind of give you a clue that it's ready to go. Right, and then so at this point you could draw a resistance line at the high of day being 57. If you liked the play off of 56, you could have taken it here for this move up. If you wanted to wait for extra confirmation, could have waited till you got that volume spike over 57 for this move up. I saw somebody call it in chat. I believe it was Billy Skip who said it. Uber needs to break 57, and that is the beauty of trading this streamlined system with a team, right? And that's why I teach this system to everybody. I want to get everybody on the same page so that when somebody calls the stock out or calls a stock out, everybody kind of knows what we're talking about, because we're all geared to, or we're all trained to look for the same things in the stock market. And so one call out from a member doesn't need to be confused as something else, or shouldn't be confused as something else, because we're all on the same streamlined system. Does that make sense? So 3 beautiful entries today on Uber right off of 56. This one was more of a scalp entry, but if you held through, it paid off. I guess 4 different entries you could have taken, maybe even 5 if you liked it back here on this dip. This is proof that you do not need to be all over the place when you're trading. Pick 1 to 2 stocks that are really moving, that are breaking the trigger levels, that have directional moves, that have decent volume, and just watch them like a hawk. You will likely get a good entry. You just got to train your eyes and know what you're looking for. All right, so that's all that I have on Uber. I hope this video's helped you out. If it has, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know in the comments section if there's anything that you want me to do or break down and make a video on, and I'd be happy to do that. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you all in chat.